Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing increased scrutiny by Thai immigration during quote-unquote low season. Now, I put low season in quotes for a couple of reasons here. First off, let's describe what low season is. During the months of October, November, December, January, generally February, that's considered what's called high season here in Thailand. That means there's a number of tourists here in Thailand. Tourism just generally, there's just a lot more numbers during that time. Now, in the past, the summer, from about May really until, again, the forthcoming roughly October, although we do see a little bit of a spike in terms of European immigration during August. But one thing, it is generally speaking pretty long period of so-called low season where we see less numbers of tourists. That said, here recently, as we discussed in another video, certain folks, especially down in Phuket, are starting to call the low season the quote-unquote green season because many people are remaining in Thailand for all of the green products, and I'll let you sort of your imagination roam with that, but staying in Thailand due to policy changes regarding green products. I'll just leave it at that. So on the one hand, you could say that the current season is what we would otherwise call low season. We are seeing a number of people still wanting to travel to Thailand during this point in time or wanting to remain in Thailand during the so-called low season. Now, something to bear in mind, with respect to Thai immigration, they oftentimes use low season to heighten or be more proactive, if you will, in terms of enforcement of immigration law. And why is this? One, low season itself allows relevant authorities to basically separate, if you will, the true tourists from people who are trying to live here. And generally speaking, like with many other immigration offices around the world, different states, they don't really like you living in a country as an ostensible tourist. Generally speaking, these jurisdictions, including the US, Thailand, whatever, like to see people living in the country on a visa that is associated with living somewhere. In Thailand, that could be a non-immigrant visa, could be an immigrant visa like permanent residence, even things like the elite visa, the new visas that we're now seeing come around, the long-term resident visa, LTR, the so-called destination Thailand visa. All of these are options out there, and as we've discussed, some of them have been made out of whole cloth, and quite honestly, a lot of the attributes that many of the people who are sort of flogging these kind of visas are attributing to them aren't exactly in line with immigration law as it sits. I've done the videos on that in the past. But the thing to keep in mind and the thing to take away from this video, immigration oftentimes here in Thailand will use low season. One, they don't have as much burden on their resources in terms of doing intake of tourists because the season is lower, so they can redeploy resources to things like inspections, to things like enforcement in the low season. The other thing is low season itself allows immigration officers to decipher folks who are truly tourists during the high season and people who are trying to live here. And for those that are trying to live here, it's generally speaking a good idea to get yourself into some kind of non-immigrant visa status here in the Kingdom of Thailand.